Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to show you guys what am I doing with a baby crib. A baby crib that we have had in the family since 2002 when my younger boy was born. Now is going to be going down to my granddaughter, our first granddaughter. It's been a while, but we're gonna put it to use. We decided to keep it for that reason. So whenever it's time, we're just gonna hand it on down to whoever's first, I guess. In this case was our baby granddaughter. And with that being said, it's painted with a natural finish. It used to be pretty popular back in the 2000s. Now everything's painted, so we're gonna paint it. Baby crib is gonna go, it's called Wedding Veil by also Benjamin Moore, but it's on a lacquer based product. The reason I chose lacquer based because it dries quick, goes on smooth, and it lasts you forever. Lacquer finishes always going to last you a long time. So basically that's what we use for furniture or whenever we're doing cabinets. It's going to be prime, 2 coats of primer. It's going to be with Sticks primer, and also it's going to have 2 coats of Wedding Veil. So I got the primer that we're going to be using first, guys. So this is Sticks primer. It's good for interior and exterior. Now what I like about this, it's a bonding primer. Okay, waterborne, so it's easy clean up, and you can even paint it on tile. So anyway, so this is the bonding primer, and this stuff is actually pretty good. I have used this for a long time, and never once have to go back for any kind of peeling, flaking, and so on. Now the only drawback to this, it needs to cure before you put any lacquer on it. It is a waterborne bonding primer, so that means if you put the lacquer on top of it and it's not dry enough, it is going to wrinkle up on you and eventually it's going to flake off. Why? Because of the lacquer dries quicker, so it is going to create that like eggshell film, and it's just going to peel right off. What you want to do is just put it on there, let it sit at least 24 hours, and then come back the next day. Most of the jobs that we do anyway on the cabinets or furniture, we have cabinets and we go in there and put 1 coat and then come back and put the 2nd coat on there, and then by the 2nd coat it looks very solid. You don't have to put 2 coats, but I always do. 1 coat should cover just fine, but I always go with 2 coats. So once we put 2 coats of this, we let it dry for 24 hours. The next thing I use is my lacquer, and this is from Benjamin Moore. So it's Duralac. It goes very smooth. You have to, if you want to, you can put some lacquer retarder, so it gives you a little bit of time to spray. As you know, lacquer dries pretty quick. If you have a door that's here and then have some overspray on this side, that actually is going to flow in and it's going to melt right into the other lacquer, the other door itself. And the reason why is because this lacquer right here, it has the retardant on there, so it allows it to stay wet a little bit longer. Especially we're in Texas, weather is pretty hot here. Sometimes when you're painting inside the houses, the AC will be turned off because they don't want to run the fumes throughout the house. So it can get a little hot in there. So that's why you want to use the lacquer retarder. Now in the winter time, when it's nice and cool and so on, you might not even need that lacquer retarder, but I do recommend just putting a little bit on there so you can give you a little bit of that extra. If you gotta go back, you saw a little dry spot, you can always go back and just put a little bit of another coat of spray there. So this is what we're gonna be using to paint the baby crib. So here's the ends of the baby crib. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. That's just from years of use. And this thing's gonna look beautiful once we're done with it. So as you can see, I already put the cleaning solution here, and it's coming pretty neat, pretty nice. Alright, looks pretty nice and clean. So it has 2 coats of primer, or the Stakes primer. As you can see, it went on pretty smooth, pretty fine. I had a little bit of fisheye here and there, and I kind of fixed it. So even though you have some fisheye, it doesn't mean that you have a bad prep job. It only means that it was just still some more grease left in the surface. But once it dries, the primer dries, and you just go to those spots and you can just sand them down, and that should take care of it. It's like not very much. One area that I see a little bit of fisheye is this right here. That fisheye, I'm just gonna let it dry. And then gonna come in here and sand it out, and then put another coat of primer, or Kills at this time, and then it should be good to go. So it has 2 coats of primer. It went on pretty smooth. You can see everything just real nice, real smooth. So a good prep job is key whenever you're doing stuff like this. That way you don't have to worry about anything else down the road. So anyways, the next phase is gonna be sanding it down and shooting some lacquer, 2 coats of lacquer. So here we have the baby crib. It's already been sanded. And so now we're ready to put a couple coats of lacquer. Okay, so everything's sanded nice and smooth. It's ready to go. I didn't take any video sanding it, but it's pretty simple. Just get you some 220 sandpaper and go through all the areas, you know, and sand them out, and that's all you need to do. All right, guys.
Well, here we have it, guys. We're done with the baby crib. We have put 2 coats of primer and 2 coats of lacquer, sand in between coats. The color we used was Wedding Veil by Benjamin Moore. It's a semi-gloss paint. It's not glossy, semi-gloss, and the product came out looking beautiful. So if you guys like to see more content like this, sign up to the channel, subscribe, and we'll be seeing you on the next video. Thank y'all for watching.